Hunting is a lot like life. There's varying degrees of success mixed with heartbreak and fond memories. It rarely goes as planned, but has a way of working out anyways. Some people are drawn to hunting for the escape, others the thrill and adventure. Some like a challenge, others just enjoy the camaraderie it provides. On this episode of The Best of the West, we're honored to be hunting with two great organizations that provide hunting opportunities to those deserving of a reprieve from life. First, we follow Kevin Linton and the Hunting with Heroes team in Wyoming on a trophy bull elk hunt. Then we head to Oregon with Children of Circumstance Outdoors to follow Mason Prescorn on a California Bighorn sheep hunt. Hunting with Heroes Wyoming was founded by veterans for veterans and strives to give back to our nation's disabled veterans by honoring them with hunting experiences and providing a community where they can discover hope again, no matter what battles they continue to fight physically or emotionally. Joel Tavera's elk hunt first aired 4 years ago on The Best of the West. Joel sustained many injuries in the line of duty, but despite his physical limitations, Joel still managed to shoot his first bull elk from 240 yards away. Having lost his sight and right leg while serving his country, Joel and the Hunting with Heroes team put limitations aside and a great bull on the ground. Kirsty Innes and Jerry Keltner followed suit the following years, both harvesting bulls of their own, each hunt serving as a tribute to the service they provided for our country.
Been doing Hunting for Heroes now 9 years. Started out doing all their antelope hunts with them with the chapter out of Casper, Wyoming. When I took over the outfitting side of it 5 years ago, I told him I wanted to start doing some elk hunts for Hunting for Heroes. Kevin, he was a hunter who reached out after Jerry's hunt last year, and he actually reached out to me to book a hunt. And as he was talking to me about his story and he was concerned about if he could do this hunt or whatever, I had realized that he was a veteran, a disabled vet. So I told him about this program with Hunting with Heroes, and he filled out the paperwork and wrote the letter and stuff, sent it in with all the other applicants that had came in, and he was the one that was chosen for the hunt.
At first I didn't think it was really real, that I was going to go on a trophy elk hunt, you know. And then I got that tagging from Wyoming in the mail, and it really set in, and it was all real. This was getting ready to happen. I joined up when I was a senior in high school, and after graduation went to basic training and field artillery training school, and got done with that. And 2 weeks later we were deployed to Desert Storm. Spent roughly 5 months in Desert Storm. Our brigade shot artillery for 1st Infantry Division as we liberated Kuwait.
Did you see the impact?
That was just amazing. Dominic's a great teacher. Set me up with that Best of the West rifle. We went through all the, the ins and outs of it, and let me shoot all the rounds I wanted to shoot, get comfortable with the rifle. Shot out to 1,300 yards and just punching holes 1,300 yards, and he was a great coach and really pumped me up about the rifle, and been really great.
Perfect elevation, about a half minute right. So that's kind of...
The night before the hunt, we usually have the ranchers up here, and whoever sponsors are helping us make the dream come true for the veterans. We do a pretty big dinner for them. They get to meet the landowners who donated the tags for them. They get to visit with them. It's kind of a time for everybody to tell them thank you for what they've done for us.
I've been a part of Hunting with Heroes for probably 7 years now. We really believed in what they were doing, bringing veterans, disabled veterans, to Wyoming from all over the United States, to Wyoming, and letting them go on a once-in-a-lifetime hunt, whether it's antelope, elk, or deer. And the people we've met have just been awesome. Injuries they've had to overcome, it's overwhelming sometimes, but they're just so appreciative, and they love to come out to Wyoming and be in the field. And they took one out today, go out tomorrow with 2 with donated licenses that my family donated, my son, myself, and my husband. And we just believe in the program, and we believe in in supporting the veterans as much as we can.
The next day after the big dinner and everybody got to say their thanks and stuff, and everybody got to have some time and visit, we took Kevin with us. We were driving up in, and I'd spotted these elk up on the ridge, pretty close to where we'd seen them the day before. And we stopped, I glassed them all, we figured it out. I recognized the one big dark horn bull that was in there, pretty good bull, older bull. Showed him to Kevin, and he said he really wanted to try and get an opportunity at that bull. So I told him what we needed to do. We made a game plan, and we took the crew and we went back down and come up on top, eased our way up there. I went one direction, and my father-in-law and my wife had went the other direction, and they'd actually spotted the elk. They were in a drainage that I wasn't in, so they had got a hold of me. We made a plan. We snuck over there. With the way the wind was blowing, we needed to come back out and come in on another drainage on them so we wouldn't spook them out.
Picture perfect. Got down over the hill. Herd bull stepped out. It just happened in an instant. It seemed like it probably took 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes to get down there and get set up, and the bull come out right out of a cedar, stood broadside, and Tony's like, that's the bull, taking.
Hold on,
Hit him again, hit him again, hit him again. Hit him again. That's big ass bull. Hit him. Oh, wait. You got him. He's down.
There's a big bull for you.
Yeah, he's down.
That's a big bull. We told Kevin he was a good bull. Told him go ahead and take him.
Definitely a hunt of a lifetime for sure, and been waiting a long time for a trophy like this, and I just can't say enough about just how wonderful it is and the blessing I've been blessed with, and just can't thank everybody enough for making this opportunity happen for sure.
Well,
so,
you deserve it, and thank you for everything you did in the service for us, because without that we wouldn't be able to do this. Thank you again.
Thank you.
You betcha.
I'm just thankful for this trip and how it all come together, and I want to say that there's so many veterans that I feel like deserve this as much, if not more, than me, and there's so many veterans out there that's suffering. There's 22 plus veterans a day that take their own life, and it's great that people like Tony give back to veterans, and I can't say how much I feel appreciated. I don't feel like I did as much as I feel like they appreciated me to do, to be here, and it's like you just stepped into a new family. I can't say enough good things about Tony and Lou. They're just so accommodating, just treat me like I was a brother, help me with everything to get through, and food is great, the hospitality is great, camaraderie is it's like I say, just sitting down at your own dinner table and talking with family, and just really made you feel right at home. That was fast and furious.
I told you it would be. Congratulations. That is the big dark horn bull.
That's a big bull.
I just want to say thanks to all my crews, the camera crews, Best of the West, Huskama, Hornaday, for everything they do to make this opportunity for us to do this. I've got an incredible crew. My wife is incredible. My guides are incredible. It's an honor to have them beside me and be able to do what we do.
Okay, Brandon, he's 353. All right, let's start your scope. Hi, I'm Tyler Saunders, co-founder of Children of Circumstance Outdoors, as we call it, COCO.
Dropped him.
Oh my God. God.
Did I hit him?
Yeah. Pull him up, man. Pull him up. You dropped him, dude.
My partner and I, Brian Murphy, we started Coco about 8 years ago. We've been taking kids all over Oregon for the dream hunts from elk, deer, and antelope. On this particular trip, we're out here hunting sheep in north central Oregon. On this particular ranch, we've been very fortunate to take several bucks off here. One in particular we call the windmill buck. We hunted hard for 2 days. We found a monster buck, 197, made a great crawl across the stubble, and ended up taking a beautiful buck on film. The ranch owner here has been more than generous with his time. The ranch hands are so helpful. It's a pretty amazing place. I had the good fortune of being a pro staff for Best of the West for 5 years, and in that time I got to hunt many places, Kyrgyzstan, Washington, all over Oregon, and they also filmed a lot of our kid hunts. And one of the greatest things that came from that is having a Best of the West rifle. I've had this gun for 10 years. It's a 7mm with an old version of the 5x20, and it's the most accurate gun. We call it the magic gun because it doesn't miss, and it's an amazing weapon.
What we've been working on for about over a decade now is we've been lobbying to try and attain a tag for a kid who is terminally ill or facing a life-threatening disease, to bring them on a sheep hunt. We're fortunate enough to be on this beautiful ranch owned by a friend of ours that has a population of sheep that aren't hunted, they're not within a unit. We wanted to make sure that we didn't take a tag away from the tag pool within the state, that this was a special place with a special opportunity to present to a kid that had a lifelong dream of going on a sheep hunt. It's been a long road, but we finally got the tag, and we had the most special family and kid come out. Mason Prieskorn is an amazing, amazing kid. We had just a great time with him, and we've been able to solidify so many great relationships through this program. We all come together to make it special for the family as well. It's important that everybody's incorporated to make this the opportunity and memory for the entire family. So we're blessed to have all the people who help us financially. That's really important to be able to support the kids financially to get them out here. We bring them from all over the country for deer, elk, antelope, and now with the sheep situation, you know, it's open to all the different organizations, but we do the best we can to attain the tag. We just want to make it a very special thing for a kid.
Mason's father, Bo Prieskorn, was an outfitter for 30 years. Having guided hundreds of clients over the years, Bo decided to retire from outfitting and turn his attention to hunting exclusively with his family, passing along invaluable skills and making cherished memories along the way. Many members of the hunting community have rallied around Mason to provide quality memories for the entire Prieskorn family. Mason prides himself in his marksmanship and strives to make clean and quick kills on every animal he pursues.
Look at that, perfect. Punched him.
When the Best of the West returns, Mason takes aim at another once-in-a-lifetime memory.
Oh, yeah. That dropped him.
The Best of the West is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Huntin' Fool, the Best of the West Shooting Systems, Defiance Custom Actions, the Wild Sheep Foundation, Huskama Optics Canada, and LongRangeStore.com. For information about getting involved with Children of Circumstance Outdoors, please contact Brian Murphy at 541-815-2505 or go online to huntcocoutdoors.org. For more information about the products and gear used on today's show, please visit longrangestore.com or call 1-866-754-7618.
So this particular ranch has a population of sheep that is absolutely incredible. And like I said, it's not hunted for sheep. So what they use it for is a transplanting situation, but the older rams can't be transplanted. So working with Brian Wolfe at Department of Fish and Wildlife, we were able to convince, rather, the state that it's okay to take a ram a year off this ranch with a kid who has that dream in their heart. On this particular hunt, I mean, I've been to this ranch before. We have hunted this ranch a couple of times, and it is absolutely spectacular. It's a game-rich environment. Blake is a great friend and a great steward of the land. He takes care of the animals year-round. When Mason showed up, we knew, from his mom and dad, that we knew what we were up against. And he has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, which is very debilitating to his muscles. And so we knew we had a track wheelchair situation, but if we know what we're dealing with ahead of time, there's not much we can't overcome.
This sheep hunt started out at 6 o'clock in the morning. We met a bunch of people down there at the road. The plan was just basically scout the whole ranch and see what's here. We started out with, we're seeing a group of 5 rams, and there was one good one in the bunch, and we gave it a number. And we kept going through the ranch, every square inch of this ranch. We ended up seeing 30 rams. Actually, the 2 best rams we got on were within 100 yards of each other the whole time. When we found these 2 rams, we knew they were the biggest ones in the ranch. Brian and I stayed back, and we kept the glass on them, and the volunteers we had out here, we had 14 guys out here glassing, people up and down the ridges, out in a boat looking for us. I mean, it was quite a team effort.
Dude! Oh my gosh, you totally rocked him. Oh my god, he's down. He's down, brother. That was a good shot. Woo! Do anything! That was awesome.
The highlight of this hunt is when we saw these rams bail out of this basin, we thought we could get them in. Mason and his dad Bo went after them. We couldn't see them, and we were waiting to hear the shot, We never did. We thought the hunt was done. The rams were gone, and about an hour after they took off, we get a phone call, ram down, and that was the highlight of this trip. One of the challenges of this hunt is Mason is wheelchair bound. He killed this ram way out on the side of a cliff. We had to get this ram down to him so we can get the photos, get his hands on it, and it was a chore, but we got it down in one piece. The hide's all great, and it was a great team effort.
It's not just about the hunt, but the hunt itself, I think, removes the kids from their day-to-day monotony of battling a terminal illness. It enables them to let all that go. Come out and laugh and play and hang out and do something that they've always wanted to do. And it's not every kid's dream, but those kids who love the outdoors and have maybe had a history of it with their family, this is the organization that they want to be part of, because we just take it so far. And every kid we've taken, I'm still in contact with. My daughter runs our social media page. It's an Instagram page for Coco, Children of Circumstance Outdoors. Check it out. If you're able to find it in your heart at the end of the year or what to make a donation to us, we would greatly appreciate it. Our money goes a long ways because we keep the organization small. It's important that we have kids as well. So if you know anybody that has a child that's battling a life-threatening illness, you know, you're more than welcome to call me and I'll work with you personally to help put the trip together and attain the tag. We have so much fun. We've just formed so many great relationships with so many people. And that's, I mean, the end game of life, that's what it's all about.